right. All right. We'll be starting in just a moment, folks. Just give me 1 second. I'm here a few minutes early today. Okay. Let's get this party started. Let's get this here. Let's move that there. Let's take this. Let's take there. We'll be starting in just a second, folks. I'm actually a few seconds early today for once. That's something that happens to me often. All right. Here we got that. We got that. You guys should be able to hear me okay. Let's just turn the camera on. Let's delete this sheet here. Let's put this back. And you guys should be able to see me pretty well right now. Let's make sure we're watching at 1080p. All right. There we go. Perfect. All right. Let's say good morning to everybody. Where's my manners? Good morning, Bill. Good to see you. Pete, Robert, Ivano, Jeffrey, Kevin, Ray, Minnesota, Matt, Omar. Good morning, Omar. Walter, Jill. Happy Hump Day to you. Has been elected mayor. How long before New York moved? uh, Sean, David, Bernie, Bernie the Bear. Ooh, I like that. Tom, Peter Jensen. Good morning, Peter. Roddy, good to see you. Warren, Rich, good to see you, Richie. Thank you for being here. Robert, Penny, we got David, we got Bull Rider, we got Wade, we got Timothy, we got Eduardo, we got Javad, we got RB X10, we got Lloyd, Claude. Always good to have Claude. We got Ruth, Heavy, Harold, Arnulfo, Steve, Todd, Hopium, Devin, Hefe, Art, Kevin, Penny, Ira, Stacy. We got Bob Man, we got Rick, we got Kurt, we got Steve, we got Yuri, we got Frank, Seabrit, Seth, Steven. Let's see. Going fast today, but we're here early. So, Steven, we got All Point Survey. David, good morning. We got Tim, Rihanna, we got Vernon, Richard, Stan, Eduardo, Cam. Good morning, Cam. We got Tinia, the sassy trainer, Kevin, Karen, we got the shark, James, we got Manuel, we got Mark, we got Adam, Eagle Beagle. Good morning, Eagle Beagle. Hope everything's good, and I hope Mom is doing well. We got Jody, we got Tom, the startup, Mr. Startup, Dr. Luke, Henry, Brian, Adrian, Greg, Eduardo, Ray. Good morning, Ray. George, Barry, Bob, Texas Kirk is here. Nestor, Catherine, Rebecca, Next Gen. We got a lot of people here. Is what we got. We got Linomad. We got Mr. Costa Blanca, PP. We got Armando, Dave, Richie, Pat, Nathan. Good morning, Nathan. Duzzy, Mike, Next Gen. Better day. Yeah, me too. Gregory. No governor can do very little. Albany approves. Brendan, Julio, Dragon Dawn, Sandra. Good morning, Sandra. We have two. I think we have two Sandras here. Yeah, we got two Sandras. Good morning, Bobby. We got Sin. We got Halloween mode. Yeah. Yeah. We got Hopium Addict. We got Tom, Paul, James, Deanna, Diamond Jen, Edward, Bob, Lori, Joanne, Kirk, Kevin, Alan, Hopiumatic. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Shamens. Oh, you guys can't hear my dogs, thank God. By the way, you guys should congratulate me. I got a new job, Winthrop and Valentine's Commodity Company. I hear they're a pretty good commodity company out of Philadelphia, right? I'm sure some of you have heard them before. Winthrop and Valentine. Have you guys ever heard of them? Is this live? No, it's pre-recorded, Stefan. I don't do anything live. I pre-record everything ahead of time. Like I'm pre-recording this right now, Stephen. Of course it's live. What kind of question do you think this is? What kind of a show do you think this is? Oh, it's going to be cold next week. All right. It's today's November 5th, right? Yeah. November 5th, 8:04 in the morning. You never heard of Winthrop and Valentine? Oh, some people here have. It's called Trading Places, folks. Here, it's a joke. Trading Places, the movie, Winthrop and Valentine. That was the name of the commodity company that went BK. Remember Orange Juice? That's right. Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. That's right. That's right. That's right. You guys remember that? Well, the guys that I used to work with, the Turtles, the movie Trading Places was loosely based on their story. Very, very loosely based on their story. But I love my T-shirt. So no new job, just a funny T-shirt. Yep, Trading Places. You guys got it. Yep, orange juice. Remember that? So every time I say I got a new job working for a commodity firm, oh, just got to have a little fun with you guys. Okay. All right. Got to have that's right. The Dukes. Remember the Dukes? All right. Okay. So, all jokes aside, I got something big for you guys today. A lot of folks have been asking me to do a full review, a full review of time spreads. So today in the VIP room, here's the link. And we're here a few minutes early today, so I got plenty of time. Also, I'm working from home today. They're installing the secondary the secondary internet today, the high speed internet, the AT&T. So Matt and I are working from home. That's the link for the VIP room. Now let me tell you what my agenda is going to be for the VIP room today. You guys are going to love this. Is Kane coming in today? Hold on. Oh, maybe Kane is coming in today. Uh, ooh, not sure. You know what? If Kane is coming in today, I'll do this tomorrow. But I'm looking at what a time spread is, why time spreads during earnings are gravy, what qualifies as a time spread, what happens to time spread, how to execute time spreads, what type of orders do you put on time spreads, how do you manage time spreads, and how do you liquidate time spreads. Okay, so I'll do that either today or tomorrow, depending on whether Kane is coming in today. I thought he wasn't coming in, but then he might be coming in. I'll have to check my calendar. Hold on, let me just check my calendar. And I'll see if Kane is coming in today. Yeah, I guess maybe Kane is coming in today. So we may have to do that. We may have to do that session tomorrow. But I'll let you know ahead of time. But there's the link for Customer Service Live, and here's the link for VIP room, the Cam and Gustavo show. All right. Also, folks, since everybody's just coming in here right now, please, 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 if you don't mind, go to your gearbox and make sure. See how I'm on 720 today? It's no good. You want to be on 1080. It's doing it to me too. Okay, right there. So 1080. Make sure you're watching at 1080p. And if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up if you find this helpful. Hmm. Hold on a second. A second. All right. Let's move this over here. Let's he does do a great wrap up. You're not seeing the links? Oh, let me get you the links. You should be seeing the links. I'll get you the links. Hold on. The reason you're not seeing the links is I'm on the wrong tab. Let me go on the right tab and I'll get you the links right now. You're right, you're not getting the links because I'm messing around on not on purpose. Okay, here we go. Now you'll be able to see the links. Here's the VIP room link, and it's going to be at noon today. It's going to be great. And if Kane's coming in, I'll talk about my top stocks and my bottom stocks and do a full analysis. And then we'll do the time spreads tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. And here's customer service live. Please make sure you're at 1080p. Otherwise, it's going to look like it's not. You're not going to be able to see anything clearly. Okay, it's a good time to begin. What's the market doing today? The market is slightly lower. This is not nothing. This is nothing crazy. Okay, this is nothing crazy at all. Actually, this is pretty random, and the Dow is pretty flat. So I'm not really seeing very much selling pressure today. Nothing like we saw yesterday. Um, Let me turn on closed captions. Okay, closed captions should be on right now. All right. If they're not on, I apologize. Let's see. Testing, testing, closed captions. Are they on? Huh. I thought they were on. If not, I apologize. Let me just see if I could put them here. Annotations. Huh. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with there, with the captions. But anyhow, folks, the market is not that unstable. The market is not that unstable. Here, let me. You want captions? Let me give you captions. Hold on. Okay, there's captions are on now. Let me share my screen again. Okay, now you have captions, okay? Don't complain. Now you all have captions. As far as earnings today, we have to digest all of this, okay? Hood, Qualcomm, NVO, APP, ARM, McDonald's, and FT&T. We've got a lot to digest here, okay? We've got a lot to digest here. Hood, Qualcomm, NVO, App, ARM, MACD, and FT&T, and we'll find out which ones are reporting this morning in just a few minutes, actually. Let's see what the bonds are doing. Okay. Bond market. Bond market is riding along the 50-day moving average. This is actually pretty bullish. This is not bearish. This is bearish. Yesterday was actually not that bearish, and today we're up again. As long as we continue moving higher on the bond market and building a base here, which I told you we would, because we have a lot of stuff here. I'm not really too concerned about the bond market. What I am concerned about is lack of Fed data, which means that the markets are going to be hearing private data and putting a lot more weight on the private data than than on the public data because there is no public data. So they're going to use whatever they can. US dollar, folks, US dollar is at par. And here's what's interesting. Now, I know you're not going to remember me telling you this. I know you're not going to remember me telling you this. But I told you the closer we get to certainty regarding tariffs, the higher the dollar will be closer to par. Well, today is a big, big day. Today, you guys remember Liberation Day? Well, today's even a bigger day than that because today is the day that the Supreme Court hears the argument about the Trump using International Emergency Economic Power Act to impose tariffs. Now, he's already been overruled twice. The reason he's being overruled, now, all of you who are big mega fans, you want to close your ears for this because you don't want to hear this. He won, he lost both times. Legally, and I've said this at least a gazillion times, he does not have a leg to stand on. I don't know if the Supreme Court's going to be legal or political on this. Legally, he doesn't have a leg to stand on. Doesn't mean anything. So it's going to the Supreme Court today, and they're going to decide whether we have to completely undo these tariffs or whether these tariffs are going to stand. I have absolutely no idea what they're going to do. I have absolutely no idea how they're going to rule. And we're not going to get the decision for a long time, but I just find it very interesting that that US dollars coming up to par right when this case is being heard. So the way that US dollars being is moving right now, it looks like that the US dollar knows something we don't, and the US dollar believes we are going to have these tariffs. But and you know me, I'm a technical guy, so I have no idea what is going to happen. But based on what we're seeing in the U.S. dollar, based what we're seeing in the U.S. dollar, well, today's going to be bigger than Liberation Day because today they can. I mean, they're not going to do anything today, but they're going to hear the arguments. And again, don't go jumping down my throat. I have no idea how they're going to rule. The U.S. dollar is very firm, which means there's certainty, and the U.S. dollar would only get certainty if there was less confusion surrounding this. So the way the U.S. dollar is behaving right now, it's behaving like they're going to decide to go ahead with it. And you know me, I'm a technical guy, so we'll see what happens. Supreme Court usually lands on the side of backing law, so he's in a big pickle. Yeah, he's in a big pickle. But again, I have no idea how they're going to rule. My job is just to present the evidence to you, show you what the deal is, explain to you how the markets are reacting. Based on what I'm seeing in the US dollar thinks it's going to go through. Look, I mean, look how strong it's been coming up to the 200 the last 2 days, and we're finally at par. But I have no idea what they're going to do, and either do you. And the dumbest things you can do is try to anticipate because nobody knows, okay? Nobody knows. Well, maybe the Supreme Court knows, but nobody else knows. We're not going to find out today. We're not going to find out for months. But I'm just telling you what the situation is. I don't know how they're going to rule, and I'm not taking sides. But I'm telling you that based on what I'm seeing in the U.S. dollar seems to like the fact that we're going to this, and I would imagine the U.S. dollar would not like the fact if this was completely overdone. So the U.S. dollar seems to like this scenario right now. Go through. No, no, my bet is based on what I've seen and what I know and what both courts did. He doesn't have a chance in living hell. But hey, we're living in a political world, so I don't know. I'm only telling you legally speaking. The market seems to like it, and the Supreme Court has been ruling in his favor, so we'll see what happens. Again, I don't know. My job is not to tell you how it's going to happen. My job is to explain to you that it's a huge, huge day today. It's a huge, huge day for this. So don't go jumping my throat, telling me how I'm not. I don't want to hear any of it. I don't know how it's going to go. I have no idea. Gold. Gold seems to be gold seems to be holding on this level. Gold seems to be holding on this level. Okay, holding on this level pretty well. So we'll see if this theoretically with the US dollar going up and if it continues going up, gold should start cooling off. Okay. But I'm not seeing it yet. And same thing with crude oil. I'm not seeing any of this, but I would expect if the US dollar continues moving higher, has made him and they have the most of the time stood up. That's what I'm saying, Maura. You don't know. We don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If he loses, does that mean the U.S.? Yes, it does he? Yes. It's a huge disaster. It's a huge egg in, it's a huge FU to him if it happens. But we'll see. I don't know. I have no idea. And either do you. All we could do is speculate. My job is to explain to you what the issue is, explain to you what the deal is, and then let the market take it from there. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay. So I'm expecting this to cool off a little bit unless the US dollar starts to sag. Now, keep in mind, we're at the 200-day moving average, and this is very certain right here. So this is telling us certainty. Okay. If the US dollar starts going above the 200-day moving average, then I would say the Supreme Court, then I will tell you that the market believes the Supreme Court is going to rule in his favor. And right now, the market believes the U.S. court is going could it be them? I have no idea, and I don't care about Dems or Republicans. I care about the U.S. dollar. And right now, the U.S. dollar thinks that I'm not a political person, and I couldn't care about Republicans or Democrats. I'm not political. I'm market driven. So to me, I am the most objective guy you're going to ever find because I have absolutely no political bias whatsoever, which makes me very dangerous because I will tell you exactly what the market thinks, not what I don't have any preconceived notions in this. Okay. So you see this. This is telling us that it's certain. So this is telling us that it's believing Supreme Court's going to go his way. So for now, I'm going to just go with what the U.S. dollar's doing. Why would the dollar? That's not how it works. Okay. Certainty would push the US dollar higher. And this is a huge uncertainty right now. This is the biggest uncertainty in the world times 10 right now. So just FYI, just letting you know, everything is dependent on it. China is kind of not doing so great, and Japan is coming off as well. We'll talk about that in a minute. Bitcoin broke the 200-day moving average. Today, we haven't broken lower. If we break this level, we've got more downside in Bitcoin. We broke the 200, and we're making lower highs here. It's got about a day and a half to come right back here because it didn't break the low. So I wouldn't be taking this short right now. I would wait to see what happens with the next couple of bars. If it starts breaking down, that's a whole different story. But this can just be consolidating at the 200-day moving average. Remember, I always tell you areas, not levels. Areas. This is a 200-day area right here. So, and this is the year-to-date VWAP. If we break below this level, anybody and everybody who bought Bitcoin the entire year is going to start losing money. Exactly. Clyde for the Supreme Court. Now we're talking, John. See, folks, now we're talking. Clyde for the Supreme Court. That's what we want. We want Clyde, President, Supreme Court, Head Justice, Clyde. Then everything would go perfect. By the way, bond market just sold off hard, like aggressively, hard. Let's see what SMH is doing. Nothing. Look at that. QQQ, nothing. Huh? Nothing. That's good. Look at that. Sold off aggressively just now in the last 20 minutes. Okay. Let's continue our analysis. So I'm not happy with this. But I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Yes, Rock, the Bitcoin is the young people's gold. And a month ago, we were hearing that gold is the young people's Bitcoin. It's the funniest thing. ADP's out already? I thought it comes out at 8:30. Let's see. Have no shame? No, it's not. No. When does ADP come out? Oh, at 8:15. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's a new one. That's a new one, 8:15. I guess they need to fill up the time. So let's see what the ADP report says. 25 payroll, private payroll, 25, 42,000. Look at that. Negative 20 to 42. Interesting. Very interesting. The consensus is 25,000 and they got 42,000. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. uh, Clyde for president. Now we're talking. See, no political stuff, just stuff we need. So prior revised negative 29. So this is a pretty good report, actually. It's not a bad report. Not a bad report. The bond market's starting to bounce. And by the way, just so you could see here in real time, look at that line I drew for you right here. This little area. Look how we bounced into it and then we going up and we're riding the 50-day moving average right here in the bond market. It's not the worst thing. We're only down 0.14 ticks right now. Bonds are not really down, and this is a good little trend developing here. I like this. This should support the market. And the market's not really down that much. This should support the market a little bit too, by the way. Okay, that's a pretty good report. The question is, Tom, that's funny. Yeah, why not have some fun? But remember, ADP is not always accurate. Yeah, it's a good report. I don't know why bonds broke down. That is a good report. That's very strange. Very, very strange. But again, it's a private report and we don't ask why. We just go with it. All right. Um, Catalysts. Can anybody tell me what a catalysts are for today? I have them all written down. And yes, I'm going to give you a freebie. Japan is a catalyst today. Weighted by technology stocks after concerns of lofty valuations, AI bubble, the index dropped 4.7%, the biggest drop since April. So Japan is a catalyst for sure. You guys want to give me catalysts? What is your opinion on Michael Burry? I have no opinion on Michael Burry. I have zero opinion on what he does or anything like that. I think he's a moron. I think he's going to be right once, wrong 10 years. Everybody's going to remember when he's right, and they're not going to. Okay, let me explain to you what these guys do. I'm going to tell you a little story, okay? Kawasaki, this guy, they say the same thing every year. They put money on it. They lose money on it, and they don't tell you anything about what they lost. They don't report that. Then every 10, 15 years, they're right, and they start writing books about it and telling you how much money they made, but they don't tell you anything when they're wrong. They're only telling you stuff when they're right. So it looks like a big deal. But if you knew how many times these guys were wrong, if you knew what their accuracy was, you would laugh. You would laugh them into the poorhouse. You guys understand that? Notice what I do. I go through the same thing every day. I take my commitment every single day, right or wrong. I'm not wrong most of the time, but if I am, I am, and that's fine. You can't listen to these knuckleheads. You can't listen to these. They're not traders. Folks, I want you to understand something, and I know this is going to be a hard pill to swallow. Nobody except Clyde can predict the future. Nobody can predict the future. I can't predict the future. Michael Burry sure as hell cannot predict the future. Robert Kiyosaki cannot predict the future. They have absolutely no clue. Your guess is just as good as their guess. Okay? They're very confident and they have no clue. They're completely clueless. They're dumb asses when it comes to market timing. I've been market timing for 31 years, almost 32 years every single day. And I don't go back and forth. I stick to the exact same story every single day. These guys don't do that. Take a look at what they said 6 months ago. Take a look at what they said a year ago. Take a look at what every time a bank fails, we're going into the big one. Eventually, they're going to be right. But I'm telling you, they know nothing. They know absolutely nothing. And I'm telling you that from the bottom of my heart. If they knew something, I would be following them. I would be listening to them. They don't know anything. Nothing. Nothing. Like nothing. Okay? Thank you. You can't folks, I know a lot of you are like skeptical. I have no reason to lie to you. I have no reason to lie to you. You want to read Robert Kawasaki or Michael Burr, God bless you. You're not going to make any money, I promise you. I promise you. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Whatever the hell his name is. I don't even know what his name is. Kasaki. He's a moron. The stock market is going to crash. Valuations are getting high. Dude, Warren Buffett's been telling us valuations have been high for a year and a half now. And he actually knows what he's talking about. And the market still doesn't respond. You think some moron who has no impact, no influence on the market's going to impact? You think Jamie Dimon doesn't know, but Michael Burry does? I mean, the thought of that is asinine. Oh, Kiyosaki. There you go, Kiyosaki. If that is political, what political? What politics? There's no politics here. They're just morons. Okay. So let's go. What are our catalysts? Enough of that. Enough of that. What are our catalysts? What are our catalysts? If you want to believe them, God bless you. Seriously, what are our catalysts? Does anybody have catalysts? I'm not seeing any catalyst. Okay, I'll give you your catalysts. Japan, chips, infotech, industrial, and healthcare. Those are our catalysts, okay? All right. All right. And I don't even know what political affiliation either of these guys have. I honestly don't, and I don't care. Uh, all right. Nasdaq is down a hair because of super microcomputer and AMD, and AMD actually didn't do so bad. All right. AMD slid 4% pre-market as the chip maker revenue failed to impress investors. Let's see what it's doing right now. It's down only 2.57%, and it's right at the 15-day EMA, AMD. SMCI is at the 200-day moving average, and that looks bad. 9% disappointing. Yeah, this did not do well. AMD did well. All right. Investors now await US ADP employment report and a new round of corporate earnings. Wall Street major indices closed sharply higher. The Magnificent Seven stocks retreated, with Tesla slipping over 5% and Nvidia falling nearly 4%. Chip stocks tumbled. Palantir sank over 7%. Expeditors climbed more than 10%, was the top percentage gainers on the S&P 500. You know how you know what you do, folks? You know what the best indication of what the market's going to do in the future? Technical price action. You know why? Because people talk a lot of stuff, but they're very careful where they put their money. That's why price never lies. What do I always look at? What's the only thing I look at? Price. And you know what? I'm hardly ever disappointed. China Tariff Council announced on Wednesday that it will extend the suspension of a 24% tariff on some U.S. goods for another year while keeping 10% duty in place as part of the trade truce agreed last month. All right. Let's see. Got 711 people here. We got a lot of earnings today. We've got a lot of earnings today. All right. A lot of earnings today. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And here's the link for, actually, let me see if Kane is coming. Oh, Kane is coming into VIP room today. Okay, Kane is coming into VIP room today. All right, cool. So we'll see Kane in the VIP room today. I'll give you my top stocks and we'll talk to Kane. Here's the link to Customer Service Live. I mean, my VIP room, and here's the link to Customer Service Live. And again, I don't have to go anywhere today. I'm going to be working from home, so I don't have to worry about anything. I don't have to worry about rushing anything. I could spend as much time with you guys as I want. You know what I'd really love? I'd love to spend the entire day with you guys, my entire day, putting in orders, trading, answering questions. I'd love to do that one day. On the economic front, ADP report already came out. The number was much better than expected. ISM manufacturing, global PMI will be closely monitored today. Economists expect the ISM to be, I think that's coming out. You know, without the Fed government data, I feel very lonely. Here, ISM, it's all coming out around 10 a.m. So, folks, no initiating trades till 10 a.m. And we have gas energy today. All right. I'll talk about the tops. I haven't given the top stocks yet. I'll do that in a few minutes. Okay. I will. I'll do it one day. I'd love to do it. It would make my job easier. I can just hang out with you guys and trade all day. That would be fantastic. I'd love to. I have nothing to hide from you. I pretty much post everything I do on the Telegram channel all day anyway. You know, you got to admit, I'm a pretty transparent fellow. Um, so let's continue this. Crude oil's coming out today. Government shutdown, 36 day, becoming the longest in history. That is not good. That is going to start impacting sentiment in a negative way. Not because of any political stuff, just because there's a lot of unknowns. It's hard for the Fed to generate data without it. And folks, this is not a political thing. Both Republicans and Democrats have plenty at fault on both ends. But this would be great if this ended. This would be great. I think that would give market a lot of tailwind. A lot of tailwind. So, what did you reach 1,000 followers? You're the Superman of the whole market. When did you reach 1,000? I haven't reached 1,000 yet, Stefan. I still have to reach 1,000. Then I'll wear my Superman. I think Bob, what's the highest we've reached? Like 830? Something like that? 830, 850? Bob knows. He's my bean counter. Again, folks, this is the biggest thing that happens today. These are the two biggest things that are going on right now. The government shutdown, just uncertainty. Uncertainty, markets like certainty. We all know that. And again, I don't know. I have no idea how it's going to rule because I'm telling you again, price wise, this looks like it's going to rule in Trump's favor. Look, it's getting certain, right? And price never lies. Fundamentally, on the other hand, as I said, fundamentally, legally speaking, he doesn't have a leg to stand on. But again, look at the U.S. dollar. So it could go either way. The U.S. dollar price action is telling us it's going to rule in his favor, at least for now. Fundamentally, he doesn't have a leg on. What do I say? I have no idea. My job is just to explain to you the facts of life. You guys have to make a decision. And honestly, I don't really care which way it goes. I just want it to be done with already so we can move on past this tariff stuff. Either just do it, let's make it a done deal, or let's move on. But the market needs to be able to know which side to take. You understand? I don't know. I'm going to be reaching out to her. Yeah, 8:30, 8:30. I'm going to reach out to her. I haven't heard from him. I know she was getting operations and surgery. What? Yeah, yeah. That's a good question. That's actually a good question. Does anybody know what the bookies say? I'm usually looking at the bookies. I haven't looked. If somebody knows what the bookies say, let me know. I'm curious too. I'm curious what I do want to know what the bookies say. We have a 69% chance that the Fed is going to lower rates. Based on what I'm seeing, I think it's more of like a 60% chance right now, based on what I'm hearing and seeing. But I'll take 69. And I think they are going to do it because I think they're scared about the economy falling apart. I think they're nervous. Europe is down 0.64, concerning about technology stocks. Europe, I'm not concerned about. China reversed earlier losses, closed higher, defying the brutal sell-off, which is great. So I like the way Europe and China responded to the U.S. market. I don't like Japan. They closed substantially lower, but fortunately, U.S. doesn't seem to be buying that scenario. But something we have to be very, very mindful of, okay? We have to be very, very mindful of this, all right? I do think they'll cut rates, yeah. I don't think they should, but I think they will. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me know. Oh, 60-40. Okay. Interesting. Tariff controls can sicken because they're not paid. Hope no one needs. Yeah, 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 yeah. What does Clyde say? Clyde is at 50-50. Clyde doesn't know. 60-40. Bookies say 67 to 70%. 67 to 70% that they are going to approve or not approve. They're talking about closing airways. Can you hope him? Can you tell me what is it 67 to 70 what? That they're going to approve it or not. I'm actually curious what the bookies have to say about it too, because those bookies are they go with the sentiment that's in the air. Okay, Axon, industrial stock, didn't do well. A&ET didn't do well. I'm actually really surprised. I thought I had really high hopes for this company. That's Infotech, didn't do well. AMD, it's down only about 2% right now. Let me see what the SPY is doing. The SPY is actually, believe it or not, folks, but the SPY is actually flat on the day right now. Remember I said we have a lot of stuff going on here. Be careful. We may not be dropping much further. I really like Apple. I got to be honest with you. I really like Apple here. Okay. And we got earnings on McDonald's, Applovian, Qualcomm, ARM. These are semiconductors, folks. Robinhood, DoorDash, a lot of earnings today. So we got a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. So legal experts say 80% chance Trump will lose. Wall Street says 60% he will lose. I'm going to tell you again, folks. I'm going to tell you once again. Legally, he does not have a leg to stand on. Legally, not even this much. Legally, as Adam just said, legal experts are saying 80% he will lose. I think 90% chance he will, legally speaking. Legally. Legally, nothing's been going legally the last couple of years. So I don't know if it's going to be legal, but legally speaking. But the US dollar, look at this. It's getting firm. And and look when it started just a few days before. So again, you can't deny that we live in a very political climate right now. So what legally speaking used to mean 20 years ago was a done deal. Now it's a whole different world. Again, I don't know. I don't know. I can only tell you the truth. The truth is he does not have a leg to stand on legally. But again, politically, who knows? All right, let's talk about the stock market. Put the call ratio. Exactly. There's no legal argument over a commercial. He is the CEO of the country. No one else can decide. Well, I don't know about that, Naples fan. That's no, no, no. That's not how it works. Naples fan, you have not read the Constitution. You should read the Constitution. That's not true. Okay. All right. Put the call ratio. Put the call ratio is once again in a panic mode. In a panic mode. It's telling us that there's too many call buyers. I mean, too many put buyers. This is good. I like how every time we get a little overextended, we start coming back. Exactly, Hefe. Congress decides tariffs. That's 100% correct. Uh, right here, you see how we're getting here? It means we're getting too overextended to the short side again. That rubber band is starting to come and telling us that the bears are getting a little too ahead of themselves. Okay, I'm going to post this for all of you. Let's move past let's move past the tariffs. Although it's a big issue today, let's move past it. And I'm telling you again, the US dollar seems to think it's going to go through, and price doesn't lie. Just telling you again. So don't go coming to me and saying you're against it. I'm not. I'm just telling you the truth. A lot of you are not used to hearing the truth. Okay. Put to call ratio getting a bit overextended. Interpretation. Put buyers are getting tired. Okay. That's what this means. Put buyers are getting tired. Put buyers are getting tired. Okay. Folks, let's just move on, please. Let's just move on. Again, let's move on, please. Put the call ratio is I've said everything I need to say there, and I think we've covered it all. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. My job is to tell you both sides of the coin. Price action is telling us yes, legally, historically, no. I don't know what's going to happen. This is telling us that put buyers are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Okay, a little bit ahead of themselves. VIX, what is VIX doing? VIX is not going higher today, folks. VIX is not going higher today. Put the call ratios telling us that there's too many, that put buyers are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. VIX did not go higher today. That's telling us that bulls have something to say about this, that bulls are starting to come in. This is telling us that the market's is not scared of AMD. That's a very significant thing. Very, very significant thing. Okay, this is good. So we got a couple of things helping us. Oops, this is not helping us, but it's not below this level. As long as bonds don't drop below this level, and the employment report, the ADP report was pretty good today. Okay, here I tried to, but there was too many people talking about politics. When the market gets here, that that means that right here, right here, right here, when we go up, okay, when we come here, markets are getting a little too happy. Here, we're starting to see them getting a little too concerned, okay, about the put to call ratio. So I'm explaining to you, they're getting a little too. When they go down, that means the market is could be A little getting a little too toppy. You understand? So we got to be careful here. But we haven't passed below this level. Okay. Usually when we're right at this level, we see a little bit more, and then it goes the other way. Okay. Now, let me just make sure. Sorry about that. All right. Oh, sorry about this. Call buyers are getting, not put buyers, call buyers are getting tired. Hold on. Call buyers. All right. Call buyers are getting tired right here. Okay. But volatility did not go up. That's very, very significant. Very, very significant. Let's look at the market. Actually, let's look internally. Let's look internally. Energy, healthcare, Dow Jones, industrial, utilities. Do you see technology leading anywhere here except for consumer discretionary, which popped up? Nope. QQQ, technology, semiconductors, they're starting to cool off. They're starting to cool off. We don't have any directional bias to the upside. What about stocks making 1 month highs? 63. What about stocks making 1 month lows? 261. So we got some downside pressure there. What about 90-day highs? 56 stocks. There's hardly any stocks making 90-day highs, but 90-day lows, we almost have 200. Okay? All right. All right. It means this what this means is that call buyers are getting a little too ahead of themselves, and then we need to snap back a little bit. That's what it's meaning. Getting a little too complacent. Um, all right, so we don't have clear directional bias to the upside. What about momentum levels? Well, folks, again, this number keeps getting smaller. Remember, if this goes below 50, we're not going to be in a good spot. If this goes below 50, we're going to be in a good spot. Tom, there's no such thing as overbought or underbought. There's overextended and underextended. That whole overbought, underbought is a bunch of nonsense. So, folks, watch this number carefully and keep an eye and realize that we don't have a bullish market. We have a choppy market favoring the bears at best right now. Okay, at best. Russell 1000, 35% of stocks. And here, folks, this is the 1000 of the biggest stocks. 50% of stocks are trading below the 200-day moving average. We're right at our 50% right there. That's 50%. Look at NASDAQ 100, 53%, 52%. So markets are very, very choppy right now. Very, very choppy. There's not a lot of directional bias right now. We're hovering right at the 50-day moving average for everything. And call buyers are getting a little too tired. All right? Getting a little too tired. Okay? So when you start seeing put the call ratio near 70, it means call buyers are getting a little too ahead of themselves. Okay? But volatility is not. Let me see how it's looking on a regular chart here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, see volatility is up a little bit, but not too much. Not too much. Not too much. Not a lot. Okay. All right. All right, technicals. Let's look at technicals. This is important, and I want to look at this chart right here. Okay, what is the SPY doing right now? The SPY is exactly where we closed yesterday. We're exactly where we closed. We're right at this line. We're not negative on the day right now. As a matter of fact, we've been going since 6 o'clock in the morning. We've been going straight up, and we're already above yesterday's pre-market high right here. We're already in yesterday's range right now. So we went from 672 to 676 in the last 5 hours. This is pretty bullish. And ADP did not royal this. So I like what I'm seeing right now. My concern is that we're just going to hover around here and consolidate for a few days. If that's the case, that's pretty good because we'll build a base here and we'll start coming back higher. So what I think as of right now, unless I see something different, and I hope you guys are listening to every word that's coming out of my mouth, is I think we're going to consolidate at this level before we start coming back up again. If we break the overnight low, that's a whole different story. But based on what I've seen in the last 6 hours, or excuse me, in the last couple of hours, that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to me that the market wants to stay in this area and flirt with the 15-day moving average. We're going to start aggressively buying once we're at above the 8-day moving average. But the fact that it's consolidating near this support area that I drew for you is a very, very good sign in the right direction. And it's already the second day it doesn't want to break that level. I drew this for you about a week and a half ago. Okay. QQQ. QQQ is above this area, already coming to the 15-day, already touching the 15-day, while the SPY is still a hair below the 15-day. You can see right here, the low is that level that I drew about a week ago for you, and we're already there. To double bottom overnight, and we've been going up for about 2.5 hours straight. And AMD is recovering quite a bit. I like what I'm seeing here. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Roger, does that mean it's time to buy? No, it's time to trade very small position size till we're back above the 624.08 area. We got to get above this area, 624.08. And on the SPY, that area is right here. 679.64. I'm just drawing to you. Above the 8-day. We want to be above the 8-day. Till then, we're not going to do much. SMH. This is the big daddy. This is what's driving everything today. Look at this. Yesterday, it closed right here. It opened overnight action higher. It went lower, double bottomed, made a higher high, and now is almost at yesterday's level, and we're at the 15-day moving average. What I'd like to see today is I'd like to see this continue going higher and closing right at the 8-day moving average right here. The level here you want to pay attention to is actually right here, 638, 358.30. Is this helpful to you guys? It is going to be a good day to day trade, assuming we have some volatility. So to me, it looks like things are bottoming out. Looks to me like things are bottoming out. To me, unless we start breaking the lows. Um, let's see. RSP. RSP has not been breaking lower. It's been just sitting right at the 100-day moving average. That's a 100-day moving average, just sitting there already. This is the second day in a row. And I think we're going to stay in this box right here. QQQE, again, same thing. We're going to just kind of hover around here and start making a new base. And I want eventually us to go above this area. So right now, if you want to be specific, we're kind of in a wait and see mode. And I'm seeing if we're going to build a base here. If we build a base, we should respect this line here on the QQQ. And on the SPY, we should respect this. We should respect this area that I drew as well. And by the end of today, we should start flirting with the 15, be above the 15, and certainly flirting with the 8-day. Okay. All right. Now let's look at intraday levels. Oh, let's look at the Russell 2000. Russell 2000, same thing, building. It looks like it wants to build a base right at the 200, at the 50. What I've noticed is when we stick around these levels, they tend to stick around and just build a base and then start coming back up. Hopefully, if we break the low, the next level is going to be this line right here on every asset, which I told you yesterday, right here. That's the next level, but we haven't broken that yet. It looks like we're doing really good staying into yesterday's range. And the fact that we did that since 6 o'clock in the morning, even when the bond market broke down, is a very, very positive sign. It doesn't look like the stock market is buying what the bond market is selling. And by the way, if you look at the bond market, it looks like, again, it's bottoming out right here. We wanted to build a base here. It's been knocked off pretty good. We're now in this area. We want to see it build a base here and start coming back up. Okay? Mags, let's look at Mags. Mags, remember I drew this for you? Mags are already at the 8-day, and look at we Overnight, we opened, here, here, here's where we opened. We went a little lower and then we've been going higher throughout the whole night. So I like how the mags are looking right now. I really like Apple right now. But I do like mags. I do like mags. This is an A line on mags. If this holds today, that's an A line on the mags. You guys do realize that. If this holds, that's an A line. I'd prefer to get in around 68, but I like this. I like this. I'm not becoming increasingly bearish today. I would say today would be more of a chop day. All right. Well, that's what I'm trying to say, Stefan. I think we're going to build a base here and start recovering, assuming earnings and everything else will be okay. All right, let me give you levels. Okay, remember, I'm talking too much. I'm talking too much. Here, let me give you these levels. I should be drawing instead of talking. Okay, let me get you these. I post these in Telegram channel. Mag levels. And folks, if you don't have my Telegram, if you don't have my Telegram, here's my Telegram channel. This is a free Telegram where you can get all my updates. Okay. Thanks, Bob. Bob is doing God's work. Thank you, Bob. So these are the MAG levels. Let's now do the QQQ levels. I'm going to be a little late today, but I don't have to go anywhere. So it's good. Here, let me... Okay, there you go. Oh, one more. Okay. Hopefully. So, and I'll give you my conclusion before we take off. This is the QQQ levels. See, look at that. We've been going straight up since 6 o'clock in the morning. If we break this level up here, we're looking to look pretty good. SMH. Let's look at SMH. Okay. Going to see what Clyde thinks about all of this. Okay. I think people like Clyde more than they like me. SMH levels. Uh, bond levels. Well, actually, I should give you SPY levels first. SPY levels. Let me delete these. Okay. SPY levels. And we got mags. We got bond levels. Let's do bonds. Look at how well it holds these levels. I gotta say. Hard to compete. I love Clyde, and even more than with his outfits. Hard to compete. I'll look at Micron in a minute, Green. Just give me a second, okay? Yeah, it's hard to compete with Clyde. It is hard to compete with Clyde. He's his own man. He is his own man. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. And remember, we haven't done the small caps yet. And that's bond market levels. And let's do IWM, okay? In case a lot of you guys do trade IWM. All right. Right there. Okay. All right. Here's IWM levels. IWM levels. All right. That's the levels. Now let's do let's do the small caps, okay? Oh, I already had them up here. Okay. Let me write these down here so that I don't get confused. I don't think anything hit yesterday. At least I didn't hear from Cam that anything hit yesterday, so I'm assuming nothing hit. Okay. NVVE greater than 43 cents. Okay. I'm going to type these out for you guys. Just give me a second. You're welcome, Culp. The IBB trade. You like that one, huh? Good, good. We got something here. SMX greater than 290. CHR, this one looks good. CHR greater than, remember, I'm going to give you the high, but it's got to be pre-market high. So let's just say 32 cents. It's moving. It's moving. No. ZDAI greater than, remember, majority of these will not get hit. 77 cents. MTVA greater than 162. ZAIR greater than 275. No, no, forget this one. Okay, that's what we got. You want me to look at CMBM? Okay. No. All right. Let me give you the ones that I picked. Um, NVVE above 43 cents. MTVA above 162. SMX above 290. ZAIR above 275. I think that's right. Let me just make sure I spelled it right. Yep. CHR, CHR above 32 cents, and ZDAI above 77 cents. You want me to look at not likely change at all? Well, that's fine. RDHL, let's see. RDHL, no. And CHR, okay, looks good to me. I like it. It's up only 100% on the day. Okay, those are the small caps. Now, let me give you my large caps and then give you my conclusionary statements for the day. And SPY's looking pretty good. Okay, I'm going to give you my shorts and then I'll give you my longs, okay? Oh, sorry about that. It's yeah, Zaire, XAIR. That's what I said. XAIR. Yeah, I put that in here right here. Right there. They're only for today. These trades are only for today. This is my large caps, MTDR. These are my large caps that I'll be looking at. That's my small cap list. This is my large cap list. While we haven't launched the small cap service, I'm giving you the small cap stocks. BKNG short list, Kava. I remember Graham loved this stock. That was his favorite stock, remember? Bye bye, Kava. I still haven't gotten there to try it. I heard the food is good. Cart, Maple Bear, LYB, very nice. EOG, a lot of basic material stocks. And on the upside, a lot of healthcare and financial stocks. EOG, KMX. It's a nice short right there. TRI, Reuters, OC. And please, folks, don't, I mean, today you guys were great, but please don't think when I talk about Supreme Court and Trump, like there's no, I have zero interest or any of that in that. I don't watch politics. I don't care. So I have no vested interest in like being political here at all. I'm like as transparent as what you see with the market. That's all I care about. Okay, let's look at the longs. Oh, there's a couple more. CHH, CHH, and CHRD. The last time I was a fan of politics was when Reagan was running the country, and that was a very long time ago. HTHT, I was a kid. These are longs. These are long. Uh, HTHT, this has been a really hot stock last few days. A lot of institutions were buying these stocks yesterday. It's a nice long fiber. Again, another stock that I came this close to. I traded some of these on my own yesterday. I didn't give them to you yesterday because they were just too fast of trades, like CAH and others, but these were definitely being bought up by yesterday. West, there's a lot of W stocks. There's West, Watt, and Well. Nice A line right here on West. What? Don't confuse them. They have nothing to do with each other. They just happen to have W's in front of them. What? Uh, CAH. I still like CAH, actually. I traded the hell out of this thing yesterday. Well Tower. That's a nice looking stock right there. Ross Store. Ross looked good yesterday. I'm not seeing any crazy selling pressure today, folks. That's what I'm trying to tell you pretty much. Need to need to just kind of take it a step at a time, but I'm not seeing any crazy selling pressure. Core, HCA, another healthcare. Remember, one to a customer. But yesterday, a lot of institutional money was going into healthcare. A lot. DCI. Do I have any particular stock that I'm ready to day trade right at the open? No, I usually wait half an hour to start up. I usually don't look for stocks for the first half hour. First half hour is FOMO Joe hour, so I just chill. No, I liquidate. I'll know. I usually start getting ideas for stocks I want to day trade at 10 o'clock, and I start posting them in the pit immediately. Exactly. That's exactly right, Green Farm Cat. Look at how well the stock looks, DCI. ED for a short. Excuse me. Wait. Wrong. Forget this. Forget this. Forget this stock. Forget ED. I don't know how it got on my list. VTR. Sorry. Forget this ED. Just forget about this ED. I don't know what I was looking at. VTR. Okay. And last one, JBHT. Looks good. Transport stock. Stock looks really good. What type of trades are you taking? I'm taking day trades and swing trades. We liquidation mode. First half hour is liquidation mode only. First half hour is liquidation mode only. Unless the small caps are okay. I'm talking about large caps, liquidation mode only. The first half hour, we start seeing which stocks institutions are buying so we can ride the trend. Okay. Take profit in the first half hour. Yes. Now, you guys wanted me to look at a couple of stocks. Which stocks were there? There was a couple. There was Micron, I think, and then there was another one. I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally going to be here all sitting here all day, so I don't have to worry about. Micron looks great right now. Actually, let me add it on my list. Micron needs to get above this line right here, and it's going to be a beautiful trade. 229. Micron at 229 looks beautiful. Just or let it build a little more support here, but it doesn't look bad at all. That's what I'm looking at. Does that mean you liquidate when others do? When others do, does it mean you liquidate or others? Professional trade. Okay, amateurs buy during the first half hour. They're called FOMO Joes. Professionals liquidate during the first half hour and gauge the market. So amateurs get FOMO during the first half hour. Professionals use the first half hour for liquidations. Okay, you want me to look at ARM? Okay, I'll look at ARM. I got a minute or two. No, it doesn't look good at all. Looks bad. Doesn't don't like the structure. Add the VWAP. If it breaks, it goes up here. Doesn't look anything like Micron. You really want to look at AMD after earnings, huh? Okay. I mean, the stock is right at the 15-day. It needs to really rally today. That's what it really needs to do. It needs to start rallying. It's been rallying all night. It was down 4.5%. Okay. And NVIDIA, last one. NVIDIA. Looks great. It looks like all these stocks are being supported by the 15-day EMA. We want to make sure it doesn't break this. Okay? We want to make sure it doesn't break this. Johnson Johnson, let's take a look. Maybe I'll do your session today when I'll do your favorite stock today in the VIP room and tell you why I like it, why I don't. That's a good idea. We'll do that in the VIP room today, and then tomorrow we'll go back to time spreads. It's writing along this thing. All right. I got to get out of here. I got to go right now. I will talk to you guys in a bit, and I'll send you all the links later. Bye, guys. Have a great day. Thank you all. Be careful today, and I'll keep you updated, okay?